Hi, my name is Russ Lateau. I'm the founder of the Healing Center and Convergence Reiki. I thought I'd share just a little bit about myself. One of the things that's kind of interesting about me is this whole genre of everything from Reiki and energy healing and meditation and that whole aspect of our world, really. It's something that I guess you would call me a late bloomer, in that up until probably about 5 years ago, well, I knew about this stuff. I just figured, well, whatever. It's obviously not for me. And I can remember, and I'll share this in our Reiki certification classes often. I can remember that I took the training to be a personal fitness trainer, and I can still remember one workshop that we were in, and there was a portion of it where it was sort of like a relaxation exercise. And so what we did is, we kind of closed our eyes and pay attention to our breathing and all that kind of stuff. And then we were supposed to take our hands and sort of move them together and feel the ball, right? Feel this energy ball that's supposed to be in between our hands. I can still remember, and I'm sitting there and I'm trying to feel for this ball of energy, and man, there's nothing there. And it's not like I doubted, that, as I said, many of the different aspects of energy and meditation and alternative medicine and all that kind of thing. It's not that I didn't doubt that there wasn't some validity to it, but I just figured for whatever reason it wasn't for me. And then actually through a lower back injury, I said I just couldn't get relief anywhere until somebody, an engineer, no less, a very left brain, oriented, an engineer who had been reading a book on one of the variety of energy healing modalities that are out there, and Reiki is one of them. He said, well, why don't you let me come over and give this thing a try? And so he did, because I thought, well, I've got nothing to lose. And he came over, and the short story is, in 2 treatments, my lower back injury turned right around. And that was the point for me that everything began to change. And in a way, I'm very thankful that I was, as I said, a late bloomer, because I know what it's like on the other side of the fence. My personal life and my professional life obviously have changed just incredibly so since that moment. And there's just too many adventures and amazing experiences to even begin to list them. But I haven't forgot what it's like to be, as I said, on the other side of the fence. And I find that's very valuable, because it helps me to understand and to know, where the person is coming from who I happen to be sharing with or teaching with. And so it really allows me to be able to identify with them, I feel, so much better. Because one of our desires that we have in all of our classes, and it will obviously flow through in this workshop, is, yes, there's amazing experiences here, and we have seen incredible acts of healing, in our clients and with our students and in ourselves as well. At the same time, it's a very, very practical, down-to-earth extension of who we already are. I share with my students that really what we do is we don't so much teach them something new as we help them to remember what they already have. And that flavoring is the method, and is what I desire to share with your folks that will be coming to the conference. The way I teach, the way I share, as I said, is very informal, very relaxed, very down to earth. I like to have fun, I like to laugh. I really encourage the folks, and with this workshop I'll have a variety of simple exercises that they'll be able to go through, and what I'll try and do is explain why the exercises do what they do, so it won't be so much. I have found that if I can share with people why visualization works, and different things like this, and also even what energy healing is. And one of the things that I will start the workshop off with is the energetic aspect of our physical bodies, and that we have a physical aspect and an energetic aspect. And they aren't two separate things. They're really two different aspects of the same being, which is who we are. And so the exercises will be focused, as I mentioned in the email, on self-care. I will also thread in flavorings of personal and self-development. So there'll be a couple of techniques I will share that are actually deceptively simple, but profoundly powerful and effective in helping to release emotions. We'll talk a little bit about what emotions are and how we can manage and work with them. We'll talk about the thoughts that go through our mind and how we can manage those, and some really effective tools and techniques, at the same time explaining why the techniques do what they do and why the exercises are doing what they do. And I, especially with your folks and in their workplace environments and in some of the environments I can only imagine they find themselves in, I believe that these techniques are going to be absolutely invaluable for them. And they will be simple enough, they will be practical enough that they can use them, and they will use them. I find, so often we have this proclivity for making things so darn difficult. The exercises aren't. Me, I like shortcuts. I like simple, fast, effective. And if it's not simple, and it takes an awful lot of work to do, or steps or procedures, I find I may start out really well, but then I kind of slack off and stop using them. These are very simple, these are very practical, and they're very effective, and they can use them tomorrow. They can use them in their professional lives, they can use them in their personal lives. And I guess this just kind of comes to my mind, and I don't even remember if I actually put it in the email, but one of the things that I have discovered, and one of the things I share with our students, and our students have discovered, that as we change and we grow and we learn to release those things we don't need anymore, as we learn and rediscover that our internal state of being, and if we have time we'll talk about that as well, our internal state of being is one of peacefulness and stillness, naturally. And it's not so much that we have to go out and find that, because we already have it. All we need to do is remember that it's there. And as we remember it's there, our body will naturally begin to release those things it doesn't need anymore. And when we do that, we change from the inside out. And when we do that, all we have to do is show up, and people will begin to change simply by being in our presence. And I know that may even sound like somewhat of a bombastic claim, but I've seen it. I realize we only have an hour and a half, but my goal is to share, as I said, some really simple, practical tools, information about Reiki and energy healing and different things like that, meditation techniques, as I mentioned in the email, but that they leave not only hopefully informed, but also equipped for, as I said, tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that and the day after that. Thanks again for giving me the opportunity to speak at your conference. If you like what you see, that's fantastic. I look forward to meeting you folks. If you choose not to, that's okay too. As I said, I thank you for the opportunity. You are probably watching this video on our YouTube video webpage. So if you wish, you can look down the page. So if you look actually just kind of down below this video screen, you'll see a few other clips that we have there that talks about Reiki and some different things. There's actually one that the local TV station did on a fire walking empowerment seminar that we do, and so I walk across a bed of hot coals. So you might enjoy watching that one as well. Again, thanks for the opportunity. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you soon.